If you're new here, we are turning this forgotten Irish manor into a guest house, events venue, and organic farm. After we packed up our entire lives just over a year ago, we set off with our daughter Danu, our puppy Maka, and moved to this small but magical village in the west of Ireland.
Will young uniform minds and uniform lines and uniform ties run round with trousers on fire and signs of desire they cannot disguise? Whilst I try to find words as light as the birds that circle above, composing the songs of love.
Okay, so in today's video, guys, we're going to go through loads of stuff. It's a big video today, but the first thing I want to show you is the creation and rebuilding of the bridge across into the forest that we have here at the back of the site. So when we first got here, and as I showed you in a previous video, this bridge was falling apart, especially that backside there behind Tom. That whole kind of ridge in the bank there had all crumbled down and was basically unusable. And so we got to work by taking all that out, creating a kind of barrier from the water to run down along there so that we could build up a new foundation and start rebuilding the other side of the bridge so that it was as strong as the near side. And great project this, working away in the river like a kid again. And I can tell you, whilst Tom was enjoying it like a kid, he did a great job on putting this together. So we started by adding some more material in there, creating a solid foundation for the new wall to go on, flattening it all down and making sure it's a nice solid base for what will be a bridge that takes quite a lot of weight. We need to bring the tractor over here, the tractor with a trailer, the quad, maybe even the digger. This is the near side, which we're clearing up. And at this time of year, it's magical around here. The whole place is starting to brighten up. And it's a really, really beautiful place to spend time. So we got the first layer in and looking really, really solid. Some big, big stone has gone in here. Elsewhere around the site then, finally clearing up what will become our events field. Finishing off the wall. Clearing up all the brash, turning it into wood chip to use in the garden. And continuing to build up the far side of the bridge there, which came together really, really nicely. We then made some shuttering because we wanted to put some concrete into either side of the bridge to make a strong and level surface for the other concrete pieces to rest across, and to put some rebar in so that we could create a sturdy handrail on either side of the bridge. Just cleaning it all off here, creating a good surface for the concrete.
How long is it taking to do all this then?
Not last Thursday, the Thursday before.
Okay. This is going to be cuntish.
Filling in any gaps with sand, putting in some of this rebar to add some strength to the bridge so that when the tractor or the machinery is coming across it, that it absorbs some of the heavy weight that this bridge will inevitably see in its day. Same on the far side then as well.
No use for it.
And the concrete starts to go in. What a beautiful setting to work in as well. And there you have it. The concrete all nice and set with some rebar sticking up so that in the near future we can add railing to this and weld the railing onto the bridge. Now it's time to get these concrete pillars laid back across the bridge. Single-handedly, fair play to Tom. He got them all in. Now, time to start planning how we're going to put in infrastructure to handle 1,000 people coming through here for a festival. So where we are now is in our neighbour's land. You've heard him before on the channel, John Kelly. And what we're doing now is kind of exploring the different areas of the site where we can host this festival. In the field you saw just before, that's where we have the camping earmarked for. And then down here back on our land in the forest, we wanted to turn this into an interactive area. So we're kind of just starting to figure out the best way to host such a large volume of people and have them have a great experience across a 40, 50, 60, 70 acre site, including parts of John's land. Luckily, a lot of the forest is looking great, and we made some natural fencing and barriers around the edges to kind of contain the area that we need to work on to get ready for this year's event, so that we can kind of work slowly and take one piece at a time. We're right up at the back border of the site here, and you can see we've added more of that natural fencing, which looks amazing. We've dealt with some of the trees that were in the way here, getting all that ready for firewood.
Yeah, I'm like that as well. It's just untangling things, especially. I'm weird about.
Back up in the garden then, loads of progress happening as well. And all of our seedlings starting to come up as well.
That's not Dada. It's a bit easier than Melanie though, isn't it? Do you like it in here?
And we made a little space for Danu to hang out up there as well, which she loves.
If we cut another bit of the grass, we should be able to get there.
Nice. Wow. The garden, for what food we're going to grow, where to lay out all of the plants.
Fruit stuff over there.
And crops.
All chilies and peppers and dinero kale over here. Some soybeans.
Wow.
Yard long beans. Load of it.
And this will be your potting area?
Yeah, and I'll probably get another table.
Yeah.
Because that even just fits here. Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that can kind of stay as a little...
Lovely stuff.
stuff.
Grab that drill there as well.
Yeah, it's just the guys were using it for that trellis, but I suppose you're just going to get everything up anyway.
Yeah. Because then...
What about all this?
What's all that?
I can carry that. Oh, that's a heavy bucket of nails. Clothes, do you want all those in there as well?
What are those? Oh yeah. Well, it's up to you.
Well, is that where they're all going to live? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that easier to put them all in the same spot?
Yeah, there has to be a spot, like otherwise.
Because we do need them places other than just up here.
Yeah. And having completed the build, we started just getting all of the tools back down to where they're going to be stored. And just tidying up the garden, ready for a very, very busy and vibrant season ahead. Planting all sorts of varieties of plants and crops and food.
Watch my frames. Hey, watch my frames.
Sorry. And then myself and Leisha just having a bit of an explore. Bit of a drive around on the quad.
So your dad?
No.
Oh no, that's probably
And at this point, people started showing up to prepare for the festival as well, which was wild. I mean, if you can imagine in the space of a year having a baby, moving to a crazy property like this, and then having 40, 50 people on site to start preparing for 1,000 people to come for a festival. You can kind of imagine how strange that is. Now from here then, we were right into festival planning mode. And at this point, we're over the very far side of our neighbour's land, John, and figuring out the access for punters to come in. Because really we don't want everyone having to come through our entrance, and part of the reason for that is there's a nursing home and several neighbors along the way there, and we really don't want to disturb them. So this road leads from the main road at the far side, doesn't pass by those neighbors, and allows for options in terms of bringing such a large volume of people into the site. So myself and Tommy Bradshaw here, who's the main man at Éile le Gras, just walking the site and starting to figure out how we're going to pull off this logistical nightmare that is a festival.
2-3 grand.
Yeah, that's true as well.
You can see lots of parts of the land need a lot of work. We definitely need track mats or stone brought in here in order to be able to make this happen. And it's susceptible when you see it in this state when it's dry, because, you know, if there's rain just before the event, all of this can turn to mush. Now, luckily, several years ago, John Kelly, our neighbor, had made a pretty substantial road into his property already, and that gets us a long way in, and we pass through his yard here in order to get down into the back of our property. So luckily he's made a great road in already, which saves a lot of time and a lot of budget and a lot of stone. And here's then the main entrance that we'll use for the festival, for the punters to come into. Now then, time to sort out this shed. It's such a mess, it's so hard to get anything done, and the entire time when we're trying to do all this work, tools are just strewn everywhere, they're left outside, there's no proper storage. So it's really time now to start clearing this shed, the old stables here in the courtyard, and turn this into a functioning workshop once and for all. But of course, we are pretty excited, so me and Tommy end up just having lots of in-depth discussions about the festival and how it might operate and come together. And then back to work. So much dust and debris in here from, I don't know, 10, 20, 50 years of being storage. Okay, I think that's a good start. Now we'll start taking more stuff out of here. Big thanks to Gabriel for helping me with this one. Can you imagine, this workbench is the center of the operation for several months. It was the only workbench we had in the place. So really time now to get this turned into a proper space that can be used to store tools, store materials, work on wood and stone and building projects in a place where we've got access to all of our material and stone and tools. Pretty happy with the result, for sure. So I went out then and bought some material to make a kind of storage wall for all the tools. And kind of sadly knowing that this may not be the final solution, and those of you who've watched our most recent tour videos, you will have seen that we have done a lot more work to this area. But for the time being, it was crucial to just get a place where we could at least see and access and store all of the tools that we need for the various jobs around the site. So with my currently limited skill set, you could say, I just knocked together a very simple storage system for the tools that we're using on a day-to-day basis. So my plan was to just make 3 bays using the full 244 by 120 sheets of OSB and lining them up against the back wall of the shed, and then having a simple hook system to store all of the tools. So at least when you walk in there, instead of being just tools everywhere in a big mess, at least you can access all of the tools and grab what you need and go, and then come back and put it where it belongs. So yeah, I also then made these kind of bottom frames so that you could set down tools on top of them, such as your chainsaw or screws or whatever you might need to just grab, and have a little bit of a storage zone for those as well. Pretty rusty woodworking skills, I will say, but the end result did the job for the time being. Such beautiful cobble on the floor as well. Wow. I tied them all together with some 2x1 battens, top and bottom. And then just added some screws to store all of the tools that we're using on a day-to-day basis. Garden tools, building tools, more garden tools, and then, yeah, all the rest of it. Some stuff for the garden, some stuff for the land, for working trees and stone and so on, and just finally being able to sleep at night knowing some of our tools are somewhat organized, which I'm delighted about. So, good progress. Loads more work going on in the walled garden, more tidying up around the site as well. Getting all the tools that have been left around the place back into the shed. Yeah. And guys, if you're still watching, I just want to thank you so much. And just mention that if you want to host a quirky event, a wedding, a stag, a family reunion, a birthday party, or a festival, then I would invite you to get in touch with us. We'd absolutely love to speak to you about how we can help bring your event idea to life. So just visit ballinderrypark.com and you'll find all of the options. We'll see you in the next video.